Alright, so today we are looking at synthetic division. Synthetic division is used specifically when you are dividing by a factor of x plus c. So it needs to be a linear factor with a slope of 1, exponent of 1. So these two things need to be 1 for us to be able to use synthetic division. So an example would be x plus 5 or x minus 3. A non-example would be 2x plus 5 or x squared minus 6. So this is what we can use when we're dividing with synthetic division. So let's look at an example. So if I start off with x to the 5th plus x cubed plus 2x squared minus 12x plus 8 divided by x plus 2. This is that linear factor that we're talking about when we're dividing. And like when we did box method, you have to have every term filled in. So I need to go in descending order and have all of the terms. So I have x to the 5th. I need to have an x to the 4th. So I'm going to have 0, x to the 4th, 3, 2, 1, none. So that's the only term I'm missing. So we're going to start off with drawing a little box here. This on the outside is going to come what makes your divisor equal 0. So what makes x plus 2 equal 0? That's negative 2. So that's going to go there. And then on the next part, you're going to write the coefficients of your dividend. So this is the dividend, that's what we're dividing. So I'm going to have my coefficients of 1, 0, 1, 2, negative 12, 8. So make sure that you carry the signs as well. So if it's a negative number, you put a negative in front of it. Alright, so then your first step is you're going to always bring down the first number. And what we're doing with this row is we're adding these two rows together. And then this number is going to be multiplied. So I'm bringing down the first term. Okay, then I'm going to multiply negative 2 times 1, and that's going to go under your next number. Then I'm going to add. So 0 plus negative 2 is negative 2. Then I'm going to repeat that process. Negative 2 times negative 2 is 4. Then I'm going to add. 1 plus 4 is 5. Then I'm going to multiply negative 2 times 5 is negative 10. Add. Get negative 8. Repeat. Negative 2 times negative 8 is positive 16. Add. I get 4. Negative 2 times 4 is negative 8. Add and get 0. The last piece is always going to be our remainder. So in this case, I don't have a remainder. And then these are the coefficients of the quotient, so the answer. And you're always going to start with 1 degree less than the dividend. So if my dividend starts with x to the 5th, my quotient is going to start with x to the 4th. So these are the numbers going in front. So I'm going to have 1x to the 4th minus 2x cubed plus 5x squared minus 8x plus 4. And then there's our answer. Alright, so let's look at another example. I have x cubed minus 7x squared minus 7x plus 20 divided by x plus 4. So if I look at this, every term is filled in because I go 3, 2, 1, none. My divisor is the correct form. So I'm going to start off. What makes x plus 4 equal 0? Negative 4. So it's going on the outside. Then I'm going to fill in my coefficients. So I have 1, -7, -7, 20. Okay, bring down the first number. Okay, then we're going to multiply. -4 times 1 is -4. Add, get -11. -4 times -11 is +44. Add, and get 37. Multiply. -4 times 37 is -148. Add, and get -128. So again, the last piece will be the remainder. And then the rest of these are the coefficients. So remember, when you write your answer, you're starting 1 degree less than my quotient, or 1 degree less than my dividend. So x cubed was my highest, so I'm going to start with x squared. So I have x squared minus 11x plus 37, and then plus my remainder over my original divisor. And there is our answer. All right, so then we're going to use synthetic division to help us completely factor something. So I'm going to move this. All right, so example 3. I want to completely factor x cubed plus x squared minus 14x minus 24 when I'm given the factor, one of the factors is x minus 4. So what you're going to do is you're going to use synthetic division with these two terms, and then we're going to get our quotient for here, and then we're going to keep factoring that. So if I tell you that this is a factor, then the remainder should be 0. If you don't get a remainder of 0 and I told you that it was a factor, then you need to go back and check your adding and multiplying. So there's no terms I need to fill in, they're all there. So I'm going to write my coefficients, 1, 1, -14, -24. Bring down the first term. Okay, in this case, all of the first terms have been 1, but they won't always be like that. So 1 times 4 is 4, add and get 5. 4 times 5, not 4 times 4. 4 times 5 is 20, add and get 6. 6 times 4 is 24, add and get 0. So if I did not get a remainder of 0 on this and I told you that x minus 4 is a factor, this is where you would need to go back and check. So then I'm going to write my answer here. 1 degree less than 3 is 2, so this is going to be x squared plus 5x plus 6. So right now, this is what I have factored. I have x minus 4 that they gave me times x squared plus 5x plus 6. So now I'm going to factor this to get it completely factored. So this part is my father drives a Mustang. So a times c, 1 times 6 is 6. Factors of 6 that add to be 5. That would be 3 and 2. Divided by a, reduce. So completely factored, I have x minus 4 times x plus 3 times x plus 2. There is my complete factorization. All right, the next thing that we're going to look at with synthetic division is called the remainder theorem. So find the following using the remainder theorem. And what the remainder theorem tells us is that if we are evaluating a function at a specific number, the remainder is that answer. So if I have 2x to the 4th plus x cubed minus 3x squared plus x minus 3, and I want to find f of -3, prior to right now, that means I would take -3 and replace all of the x's for it and solve. Okay, so we're going to be able to find that in a hopefully faster way. So this number is what's going on the outside. It doesn't change signs because that's what I'm finding exactly. And I'm going to do synthetic division, and my remainder, because the remainder theorem, will be my answer. So if I take that and write my coefficients, I have 2, 1, negative 3, 1, negative 3. Bring down your first term, so that's 2. And we're going to do the same thing we've been doing with synthetic division. So negative 3 times 2 is negative 6. Add, get negative 5. Negative 3 times negative 5 is 15. Add, get 12. Negative 3 times 12 is negative 36. Add, get negative 35. Multiply. Negative 3 times negative 35 is positive 105. Add and get 102. So this is your answer. So the remainder is the answer. So what that means is f of negative 3 is 102. So if I wanted to check that, I could take in my calculator and let's see if I can do this without a glare. Here we go. So I would take my equation, 2 times negative 3 to the 4th plus, oh, make it get out of there, plus negative 3 cubed minus 3 times negative 3 squared plus, oh man, plus negative 3 minus 3. And I get 102, which is, oh, you can't see it. There we go. So I get 102, which is what we got in the remainder. Okay, since most of this stuff is without a calculator, dealing with these numbers would be easier than doing negative 3 to the 4th power, multiplying by 2, and so forth. So let's look at one more of these. I have f of 1, so that means I'm plugging in 1 on the outside. My coefficients are still the same, so 2, 1, negative 3, 1, negative 3. Bring down the 2. 2 times 1 is 2. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 times 1 is 3. Negative 3 plus 3 is 0. 0 times 1 is 0. 1 plus 0 is 0. No, it's not. 1 plus 0 is 1. 1 times 1 is 1. Negative 3 plus 1 is negative 2. So if this is the remainder theorem and this is what I'm asking, then f of 1 equals negative 2. So hopefully this makes sense and you can complete your homework. The assignment for this is out of the book, page 367, 13 through 22, 24 through 27. If you need to, this will be posted on my website, so if you need to watch it again, you can definitely do that. All right, thanks.